having a message with the hooker, and then that was level 1. You don't want to see level 5 or level 10! Subscribe! Afternoon folks, and welcome to the Happy Hooker YouTube channel. This afternoon, I finished work, I'm on my way back home. Go and see the rabble for a few days. It's Father's Day Sunday, getting took for a meal. Can't beat it. So, on my way over, I've gone over to Connors Quay, Dock Road. Now, John's tried this spot a couple of times and done alright with it. It's had some flounders and bass and so on and so forth, so I'll give it a go. You alright, pal? I'll give it a go. See what we can wingle out. Hopefully a load of fish. I'm fed up of not catching fish on land, it's rubbish. I'll get my kit out, get the tripod set up, and we'll give it a go. See what we can do. Right guys, I was going to set 2 rods up, but I've just been talking to a lad here a couple of spaces down from me, and he said it's not fishing particularly well, or not today anyway. So I need to tie a new shock leader on my other rod, on my other reel. Sorry, I've got it. I'm making a pig's ear of this, but not to worry. I've got a little 3-hook. Looks like a little 3-hook flapper I've got with some fancy sequins and beads on and stuff. I have just been to Ross-on-Sea and picked up some black lug, and they're a lovely worm actually. But look at that, proper worms. If I don't get a big fat bass or a flounder on them, there's something wrong, isn't there? If I do hit the bass, I'm not sure that these hooks are going to be right for it. It's a small rig for small fish really, but it's the first one I found, so on it goes. I'm sure I'll manage. Allegedly someone lost a big old Bertie here yesterday. Right where I'm fishing, he tried dragging it up the wall instead of going down to one of the boats to get it. Have I got my camera set in the right place? There, that's probably better. You can see me now. I've even got a floaty rig on. Is that a floaty bead? Looks like it's got a bit of a floaty bead on that one, so that should be up in the water somewhat. I'm getting ready for this tour now. I should be starting it by sort of the end of next week, very early the week after. I should be on my road. I mean, like I've said a million times, it is all weather dependent. Hopefully I'll get a few weeks of settled weather that I can get out and get most of it done on. Otherwise it's going to take a hell of a long time, innit? Oh bugger. I keep making a mess of this. There. Happy days. Ready for the plunge. Stick them away. Yeah, good worms then. Well, I've got some ragworms as well. I might set the other rod up. In fact, I think I will set the other rod up. The other rod up. I'm going to tie a shock leader on that other reel, and I will set another rod up. Let's just give this a fling and see how it holds. Now, I've never fished here, ever. So I'm not sure what to expect. I know John's fished it a few times, but I haven't watched the videos because his videos are boring compared to mine. He'll love that, won't he? I don't know how far out you're supposed to flick it or anything. The state of tide is, it is ebbing. Oh, that bounce then. Let's just see how that behaves, see if it digs in, see if I'm wasting my time, or see if it comes up round underneath here. That's got a good pull. So that's pulling that, isn't it? Estuary fishing. We'll let a bit of line out. Let's see how that behaves. I might have to let a big bow out in my line so that the weight digs into the floor. There, that seems to have sorted it, doesn't it? A bit like uptiding off a boat. You plop it in above you. and let a big bow out. And if a fish does disturb it, as a rule, it disturbs your lead and hooks itself. Right, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to tie a shock leader on that anyway, but hopefully it's not going to be long before it's going to fingers to bong. Come on, Rod, get round. I could do with a decent land session. I'm going to take my jumper off, it's bloody roasting. I'll bring you back in if something's happening. Right guys, I am going to, like I said, I am going to tie a fresh shock leader on this rod, because I am going to throw a second rod out. That's what I'm using as shock leader. It is £26 to £80, which basically means at this end, what goes onto your reel, that's £26, and on the other end, it's £80, which is where you've got your weight of your which is where you've got your weight and you need your casting power for that without breaking off. And this is the way that I do it. I take a length of my braid and a length of my shock leader, like this. So I've got two of them together. Now, some people, you get different opinions on what's a good knot, what's not a good knot. This is what I personally do. I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm not saying it's the wrong way, but this is what I personally do. So I take a grip of that, like so. I make a loop with that one, so I've got that, and I go around 6 times. Easy as that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push that through the back of the loop. Like that. Oops. Start again through the back of the loop. And pull this end. Don't let this braid slide out of it. Keep pulling that as well. Get a bit of man lube and see how it comes down to it. It'll come down to a nice neat little knot. Yeah, don't pull it over tight. Now I'm going to have to pull a little bit more braid through there, like so. Turn it round, because I am right-handed and I find it fiddly the other way, and do exactly the same again. Make a loop, go around 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stick through back of loop, sorry. I'm hoping I'm catching this on camera for you. Pull that like that. Same again, pull this end, not this end. Bit of man lube, pull tight. So in essence, we've got a little knot there that goes to the main line and a little knot there that goes to the leader. I'm going to wet it all and then gently pull them both together. And then pull tight. Just like that. Snip off these tag ends. And here, presto, we have one shock leader attached.
Nothing?
Not yet, buddy, I've just cast in.
Oh, so you don't tell me down there, you've got 2 bass.
He's had 2 bass, I believe so, yeah.
And they're nice.
Right, there we go. One nice, neat knot. Happy days. That's not coming off until I decide to snap it off or get it stuck in a snag. All that's left to do then is spin that up until it comes off. I can't say it's easier than that, guys. Doesn't take long. Tighten my clutch might help. There we go. Drop the spool. There, one shock leader installed. Oh, pick the other one up and wind it back up there. Now the rods I'm using today, guys, are, they're both pentidals. One's the green one, that is a pentidal surf casting 420. Basically, it's a solid carbon version. It's exactly the same model as that, except that's just called the Tidal XR 420. They're both solid carbon rods. The best place I've seen them, price-wise, is at Anglesey Bait Centre. Malcolm has loads of them, both models. And the reels. The reels I'm using are the Pentidal XTs, I think they are. Like I say, it takes some beating, Malcolm, on price, does. It does. You'll struggle to get a better price anywhere else in the country, to be fair. So if you want one of these, rods or reels, pick up the phone or go and see him. He's a lovely bloke, and go and have words with him. Tell him where you saw it. See you in a bit. I'll get a rig on this now and get it cast out, and hopefully it'll be bing bong boo time. I'm getting bing bongs, guys. Well, they were more like tip taps, but it were happening. Now that was on the ragworm. I'll leave it be a minute. Let it take you proper. I'm not sure I've disturbed that weight now in the water. Oh, that was nice. I've got a local lad talking at the side of me here. He's just been telling me. He's been telling me the error of my ways. No, he's been telling me a couple of marks along here, which I'm not going to tell you. Not till I've tried it anyway. But it's a good sign, guys. How long we've been stood here? 10 minutes, 5 minutes? 5 minutes, and I'd only just cast it in when he got here. So, happy days. Bit of action. Right, guys, I have been getting nicks and knocks, the only little ones, on both rods. And that took some pulling out. Have I got a fish on? Or have I just full of grandma's chuff? It feels heavy. Have a look. Whatever it is. Yes! Have we got a double shot? I think we've got a double shot, guys. No, that's not what I need. Well, actually, one looks like a crab. I'm going to have to clean the end of my rod before I can bring them in. Pick some weed up, which could have been giving me the little nicks and knocks. Now, they get mitten crabs here. I can't reel up because my line's full of crap. Try again. Can we get it up? We've got a crab, we've got 2 crabs and a little Bertie bass. There we go, little Bertrude. Now that there, guys, is a mitten crab. Now they're an invasive species in this country, and when you catch one, you're not allowed to put them back, you've got to kill them. So I will dispose of that in a minute. The little crab's just a normal one on the bottom. Let me get my little Bertie off. Look, ouch. Okay. Oh, let me get hold of him. Try and get hold of his little bottom jaw. There we go. Look at that, little Bertie. Took the lugworm. Absolutely fantastic. Back he goes. And off he's gone. Right. Now then, this horrible thing, they pinch through your line and everything. We'll dispose of him in a minute. I will not do it on camera because I don't want the Animal Welfare Brigade on at me. And this one's already got a claw missing. This is just a normal crab. I'm never... back he goes. Now then, let's have a look at look at the size of the pincers on that. Absolutely humongous. Right, I'll get him off the hook, I'll get him killed, and we'll sort it out. What happy days, little Bertie. That'll do, won't it? First cast. The happy hooker does it again. I tell you what, guys. Oh no, I've got another Bertie on this rod. I've got another bass on, but I'm going to have to clear my eyes again. Can't reel in, guys. There we go. I've got a bass. I have got a little bass on. It's a bit bigger than the last one though. Let's have a look. Oh, it's run me in a snag. I thought he'd run me in a snag then. In fact, I've got a double shot. I've got a Bertie, a little bass, and a flounder. Look at that! Eh? I like this place. I'm going to try that again, but that was on the ragworm. Now he's well undersized. Well, he's not well undersized, but he's undersized. Come here, bugger. On the ragworm. Let's have a look at him. Well, little Bertie. Now, if you were in Morrison's, that's what you'd get in your pack of food, isn't it? Let's send him back. And the flounder swallowed it, so I'm going to have to get that out through its gill. I'm not sure how far down he swallowed it, but they've obviously been sat on that for a while. Let me have a look. And there we go, guys. One nice little flounder. Happy day. So that's 2 little bass, 1 little flounder. In the first sort of half an hour. I'll get rebaited up now, get it back out and see how we get on. Enjoying this. Now, guys. Don't drop my rod. That bait, them 2 baits I've just sent out have been in less than 5 minutes. And lo and behold, no bait left. I never saw a movement, a nick, a knock or anything on that then. So we'll rebait it again and send it back out, and then we'll check this other one out. When I cast it out first time, I cast it way upstream. This time I cast it in front of me, and my lead just bounced around me, so back upstream it goes, get some fresh bait on. I don't know if it's been crabbed or fished, but like I said, it was only in the maximum of 5 minutes because I weren't happy with where it was, so let's go for it again and hopefully bring out a big fat Bertie. Just had a right wallop on this right hand rod. Maybe jump out my skin. I was just chilling out here at back of man. Go on, do it again. It was a proper big bang. And then put the camera on and nothing. Nothing worse is the one big bang than nothing. I'll bring you back if it goes again. Well, it's gone a little bit quiet, guys. I've just had this the left hand rod back in. There was two out of the 3 worms had gone. The top worm was still on, but I've rewormed it, sent it back out. Let's see what happens. I've sent it this time right across the other bank, which is where I got the better bass and the flounder on the left hand rod, but that was on ragworm. I've had to start the van. The dogs are wilting and sweltering in there. It's not a sort of place I can just let them out and let them wander about. There's a road at the back of me here, and there is cars coming up and down it, and lots of people with other dogs and stuff. So we'll get the aircon on, get them cool. I'll just leave the van running. I don't care. If it cost me a fiver, a tenner in diesel, so what? So be it. Gonna look after them puppies, guys. And in the meantime, I'm going to watch these rods doing nothing. All I can do is just keep checking the bait, keep putting fresh on until I actually run out. And then it's home time. It's been a long week, been a long week. That's what I need to say, guys. For those of you that didn't catch the live video the other night, the match on the 21st is off. I've got things I can't get out of to do on that day, and I'm absolutely run off my feet getting prepared for this tour. So, unfortunately, there's no match on the 21st. Those of you that booked on, I've had refunds sent. A couple of people said keep it towards the tour, which was very nice, thank you very much. I've just tried a little bit of a different tactic here. I've still gone with the 3 lugworms on this left-hand rod, but I've just dropped it in down the edge here. Well, probably 10-15 yard out. What was that? And you, pal. Cheers, buddy. Somebody's just coming. Well, obviously you can hear someone's coming past talking to me. Just been here talking to me for 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, that one, it came back with nothing on again. So I'm just going to try a different tactic. Throw it down this edge, because the fish don't know which edge is which, do they? And a couple of people have said to me, you know, you don't have to cast it all the way out of there. You can get fish anywhere in the full stretch across. So no matter what your casting ability is, whether you can chuck it 5 yards, 10 yards, 3,000 yards, doesn't matter. You'll catch fish at the edge. Just as much as you'll catch them out there. Yeah, I'm tired. What time is it? 4:30. So, going to give it, I'm nearly out of worms to be fair. I've got 1 more cast each on these rods with the worms that I've got, and that's it. I'm out of bait, so I've probably got to what? Either push it and don't bring my baits in too quick. I've probably got till about 5:30. And if I do get bites and bring them in earlier, happy days. But I can't complain. First 2 chooks, 2 bass and a flounder. Well guys, there's nothing else happened. I've had a couple of little nickety knocks on that rod, but I think they're more like crab bites than anything. What I am looking at is, got beautiful skies all over there, but look at this, heading in towards me. It probably don't look that bad on camera to be fair, but that is a big rainstorm. And I'm not, excuse me, and I'm not stood next to this exhaust, and I'm not being caught out in it, so I'm going to end the session. I've had a couple of fish. I'm happy with that. On my way home, nice little bit of land fishing. Just settle my head down before I get home, so I don't explode. If you do like the things that I do, please do press the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, leave some comments, share the video, go and have a look at the hoodies. Oh, the new designs. I've seen some of them for the tour hoodies and the merch. I'm going tomorrow morning. I've got a meeting with Tom from TC Customs, which is Tom the Legend, Jason the Tart, who is the fuel sponsor, and I forgot who else. Mel the Midget. Mel the Midget's going to be there. He's doing a bit of a sponsor on the t-shirt as well. So, all being well, within the next week or so, they should be available to the public. That'd be good, won't it? So if you do want some, start letting me know, get your orders in, and we'll sort it out. And until next time, ta-da for now. Subscribe.